Okay, so let's see what are requests. There are many types of requests, but the two main ones used all over the internet are GET requests and POST requests. Now there's a slight difference between both, okay? Every request has headers, but GET requests don't really have a body. And this is because GET requests, and if we go back to this slide, this is a GET request, okay? So whenever you type in something in the browser's URL area and you hit enter, that is always going to be a GET request. So if we were to go ahead and type this into our browser, we would be doing a GET request. So let's go forward again and see what the difference is. Well, a POST request, the main difference between a GET and a POST request is that the POST doesn't send query parameters. A POST request doesn't have this question mark and then some query parameters and it doesn't have them because it sends them in the body of the request, okay? So the GET request doesn't have a body, so it needs to send the parameters in the URL as query parameters, whereas the POST does have a body, so it can send the parameters in the body. So both act similar in the sense that we need to type in a URL which contains a path, but the GET request can send query parameters in the URL, and the POST doesn't send that. It sends it in the body. Okay, so when we send this information to the server, then the server figures out what it needs to do. And when the code running on the server figures out what it needs to do, it sends back a response. Okay, so this is a response. There's just one type of response. It's not like requests where there are many types. A response is always one type. And a response also contains headers and also contains a body. The body of the response usually contains the data or the information that our browser needs to render something on the screen. So if we hit google.com, the response, the body of the response is going to be the HTML, which then our browser gets and renders it on the screen. Now, we will see this in just a second. We will see a live demonstration of this. But before we do that, let's go over what headers are, okay?